Now, just a moment ago, qualifying has finished for the first ever Qatar Grand Prix in Formula 1. Me personally, I'm a big MotoGP fan, so I'm well aware and familiar with the layout, and I'm very happy F1 cars are racing here. I think it's going to be a great track for qualifying, not so much for racing, at least not until next year's cars. But anyway, that aside, Lewis Hamilton, the man in the background, as you can see here, is on pole for tomorrow's race. He was pretty much dominant in qualifying. He was nearly half a second clear from Verstappen, and in the process he set a 1 minute 20.8, so a very fast lap. You'll see the lap times on screen right now. To be fair, I think we're going to struggle to beat this one. I'll be absolutely honest with you guys. We've been on a pretty good run, with this series. We've beaten the last few, but this one might be a challenge, a step too far. Nonetheless, we're going to give it a shot. I'm going to try and do some setup work and see if we can try and figure something out. Either way, for this one, we're using the Racing Studio mod on Assetto Corsa. I'll leave the car and the track link down below, so go check those out. And yeah, we're going to jump into it. So if you guys like the sound of that, leave a like, subscribe for more. I do daily F1 content, and I do this series every single race weekend. And the next one is going to be Jeddah, so get subscribed for that. And yeah, let's jump into it and let's see what happens. Right, let's get to work. Let's join the track and let's see what happens. Now, unlike other tracks on Assetto Corsa, there isn't really a great quality Qatar available out there. This is the best we're going to get. It's not fully accurate, but it will do the job. So yeah, we're finally back in the Race Sim Studio car, which I'm very happy about. We've been using the Sim Dream development for the last few episodes, because the Race Sim Studio car is faster, and a lot of times I test things to make sure that I choose the right car for the right track. And for this one, we're going to need everything we can get. So this one's a faster car, so we're going to go ahead and use it, and hopefully it works out for us. So let's talk about Qatar then really quickly as we get the tyres up to temperature now. First of all, I'm using a default setup. Qualifying in itself was good fun to watch. I think obviously it seems like the cooler conditions obviously suit Mercedes a lot more, because in FP3 Red Bull were a lot more on the pace. So they'll be hoping that the race tomorrow they can find something. Either way, Mercedes very strong. Hamilton looks in the zone and they look untouchable. Elsewhere, big shout outs go to Gasly and Alonso as well. Great performances. Carlos Sainz as well to get through Q2 on the medium tyres, and just generally a pretty decent qualifying for a lot of these guys. So a really enjoyable session. Now for the track itself, as you guys may or may not know from Twitter, I am a big MotoGP fan and I'm very familiar with this layout and this track. So I was looking forward to seeing F1 cars race here when I saw the news that they were going to do a race this season. So curious to see how it goes. I believe this is going to be an audition to see if F1 can maybe race here in the future, starting from 2023, or whether they have to build their own racetrack. Either way, let's crack on then. So DRS open on the pit straight. Only one DRS zone on the main straight. Down to turn 1. Let's see if we can spot a decent braking zone. Fourth gear through here, bit of understeer as we try to get on the power. Oh no, that's not the one, Chief. We're off the track and into the sand. Right, so we've noted that curbs are not your friend around here. Right, let's try that up again then. That wasn't exactly what I had in mind. So second attempt, hopefully this time we can have a cleaner start. Tyres are nicely up to temperature. Turn 1, keeping it a lot tighter this time. Short shifting because the track is quite slippery, so you have to be careful. Turn 2, the asphalt and the kind of Astro runs out really quickly, and it's quickly onto grass, so you've got to be careful on that exit. Turn number 4, a bit wide there, into 5. That'll do. Into the hairpin now. On the anchors, trying to get the car turned in. The slowest corner on the track, of course. Back on the gas for a pretty long, low to medium speedish right. Back on the gas, we've got a flat out right kink after this, which feeds into a mid-speed left in 4th gear. Got to be patient. These corners are all very long, so you've got to just have that patience to drag the corner out. Then we get a bit of a breather on this back straight, and then into the triple rights. Flat out in real life, I don't think we're going to be flat out here unless we find the perfect setup. This last one not quite flat, and then the left as well. Downshift as we feed the car through. Front left getting a bit hot as we make our way into the final corner. Back on the gas. Wait for the DRS, and now we run up to the line. Let's see what this first reference lap time is going to be. Oof, it's a 25.8. We are in trouble here, mate. We're going to have to find 5 seconds. We need some setup work right now. Now for the second run, I've already changed my aerodynamics, so we're running a little bit more on the rear and quite a bit more on the front. I want to have a bit more front end bite. It was quite oversteered before, but I'm taking the risk. Hopefully it gives us a bit more cornering speed. Got the brake bar sorted out as well. To go with that, I've also reduced the fuel. So what we've got to do now is run a bit of a higher engine mode, and we're going to see how that works out for us. I'm already on the softest tyres because this weekend they're running the C1, C2, C3 compounds, and we're already on the C3s. So we can't go any softer on the compound. So this is it. Let's see if we can try and push it a bit more on the second lap and see if we can be a bit more brave into turn 1. Should have carried a bit more mid-corner speed there. Into turn 2 we go. That's better. A bit more average corner speed. Back on the gas. Now into the double rights. First one you can go a lot quicker. Second one's a bit slower, a bit tighter. That's nice. Going to tweak the brake bias into the hairpin. Nice. No lock up on the left front. Keeping it nice and clean. You probably could have carried a bit of mid-corner speed there. Was a bit too slow. To the long right here, got to be patient. Use the exit curb, flat out through the next kink. Into the left, pick up a late apex, try to square off the corner and get a nice clean exit. As that feels pretty good. Into the high speed stuff now. Oh, having to lift quite a bit, flat out through this one though. Yes, much nicer. Final corner then. Let's nail this. Oh, could have maybe gone for a bit of a later apex. Up to the line though, let's see what this lap is going to be. 24.6, only 1.1 better. Ooh, this is a bit of an issue here, fellas. I'm not going to lie, we don't have a lot left. Let's try and do a couple more things. I've done my final changes. After this, we'd have to go into real kind of detail with the setup, which I've done before. But for now, this is the best I can do in terms of basic setup work. So we're going to run the highest engine modes we can, and I'm running the lowest possible fuel. So this is it now. I'm leaving nothing on the table with this. All I've got down is try to refine certain corners and make sure that I leave nothing on the table. And then it's all about refining the setup and the small details. But this has to be the lap we find a lot of times. So here we go. Let's push it this time. Turn 1. Taking it in 5th gear this time, trying to carry a bit more average corner speed. 5th gear through turn 2, a little bit wide of the apex, but that's okay. We'll get away with that, flat out through 3. I need to carry more speed here into this first double right. Oh, a little bit too much. A bit too much there. And I've lost the back end. Overdriving the car here as we head into the hairpin. That's one thing, I am losing time, unlike in real life, because of this track mod. I can't lead on the curbs as much as they do in real life because the curbs are not the same, so I can't really gain those extra meters off track to really make, you know, the track as wide as possible. That was nice through there, on the power nice and early. We are up on our previous best, but not by as much as I'd like, probably because of that mistake. Carrying some good speed through there now. Can we stay flat through here? Yes, lovely. Fully flat. Final corner. Not quite happy with that. Again, just a bit too early. Up to the line though, let's see what it is. It's going to be a 23.6, so we shave off another 9.5 tenths. Let's call it a second. But we are still 2.8 seconds away, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, we've got work to do. Next lap you'll see will be a considerably better attempt, dare I say my final one. That's it. I think we're done. I can't improve. That is pretty much all I've got, to be honest. So we're 2 seconds off, and that's the reality. I do have softer tyres available. I do have a slightly higher engine mode available, but I believe that obviously there's a ban on certain engine modes in F1 now. So yeah, we could go faster, but realistically, within the realm of realism, that is all we have. So yeah, not really ideal, to be honest, but I kind of expected it. Now, as always, before we wrap up, here is the setup that I used, and this is the Race Sim Studio car, let me remind you again. So, C3 compound tyre, litre is on 1 fuel, again because I've got fuel consumption turned off, but the fuel still makes a difference in terms of the weight of the car, so important to run that on 1. There's my engine modes. For the lap, I actually used balance high. So that's what I use for the lap, not hot lap. I use hot lap just to show you on the in lap. So, yeah, those are the engine modes that I used. Maximum downforce pretty much. I think I could go a click car on the front wing, but then the car would just be too unstable. Brakes on 51. I did go to 52 actually during the lap. I felt like 51. I was just struggling with the rear. There's the drivetrain. You guys can just pause this now at any point pretty much for these settings and just kind of take a screenshot. But yeah, this is all the complicated bits which I usually save until the very end if I have to really use them, because otherwise, you know, it's a bit complicated to explain. But yeah, here are the settings, and I think that is it. Then we've got various visuals and pit stop strategy which are irrelevant. So there you go, there's a lot. Hopefully you enjoyed it. That is it. We failed this one, but we'll try again next time in Saudi Arabia. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe for more. I do daily F1 content on my channel, and hopefully you guys do stick around for that. As always, a big shout out goes to the channel members for supporting my content. As always, you guys are legends. Finally, check out the 2 videos on screen, including the previous Can I Beat the Pole Time, linked on screen right now. And see you guys in the next one. Until then, take care, and that's goodbye from me.